What is up? My name is Kristen and welcome to my YouTube channel. It's weird to say. And I also don't think I know how to start something like this. So yeah, might get awkward. What is my channel about? What are we gonna do? What are we gonna be doing here at Kristen Ray Reads and Writes? We're gonna be talking about reading and writing. Clever, I know. I love to read. This is something that I didn't discover until later in life. I was 22 when my oldest daughter was born. She spent about a year in the hospital. Newborns don't give you a whole lot of conversation, especially sick ones. And so all I had to do was read. And let me tell you, I started with my mom's bookshelf and I read through all the Christian fiction, like Francine Rivers, D. Henderson, Amish romance, Frank Peretti, Piercing the Darkness and This Present Darkness, Karen Kingsbury. I devoured her entire bookshelf, and then I went over to my granny's house. And let me tell you something about these little old ladies and their book clubs. They love their books and they read everything. And so my granny had so many books. She had a bookshelf filled, but then she had cabinets in every room filled with books. She had bathroom cabinets filled with books. You name it, it was there. Nora Roberts, J.D. Robb, Debbie Macomber, Danielle Still, mostly romance, cozy mystery, those kinds of things. So I devoured all of those. And I had a friend saying, you have to read Twilight. So I read Twilight and discovered a completely new genre. And then I did The Hunger Games. Then I read William Johnstone. He's a Western, it's like historical Western. In fact, I think those Westerns took up more space on my shelves for so many years. And then after the ups and downs of having a NICU baby for so long and a baby whose future was for a little time pretty uncertain and shaky, I began writing. In fact, what happened was she had a pump that dispensed her milk and she had to get 5 milliliters at the top of every hour. And so her milk pump broke. I could either stay up all night and give her the milk every hour at the top of the hour, or I could try and sleep after I put it in, but it would have been probably 30 minutes of sleep by the time it's all said and done. It's I'm gonna pull an all-nighter and I'm gonna start writing my story. That story will never see the light of day. Let's just say it was basically what if all of my fears come true type situation. So I wrote that book. I think it was around 83,000 words. Wrote one first draft of it and sent it into a Christian writers writing contest and crossed my fingers and hoped to hear back. I didn't hear back. But now I'm interested in fantasy. That is my #1 genre that I read in, and it's the genre I have the most ideas for. So about 12 years ago, when my daughter was pretty young, I took some master writing courses at a writer's guild. And one of the exercises we had to do was come up with book ideas. And you had a list of book ideas. Well, 2 of the book ideas are the story ideas that to this day I have still been working on. And one is the fantasy series that I'm currently outlining. And then the other one is a romantic drama. And I'm about 65,000 words into that one. So I don't know, I might publish that one. I'm not looking to be writing romantic drama. I always loved story growing up, any story, often it was through movies, but I was so inspired. I watched Pearl Harbor, and for a few years, I was convinced I was going to be a fighter pilot. Like, looked into what it would take, was convinced. Oh, but I was fascinated by everything. I wanted to be a sumo wrestler, if my mother can be believed. I wanted to be a librarian. I would label like all the spines on the books. I would put my own like tape and labels. I find some of those every once in a while. But I would do that because, you know, I wanted my library to be official and there to be a system. I wanted to be a dentist, so sorry, little brother, for all the times that I scraped your teeth with straightened out paper clips. I also gave him a very cool retainer. I had a retainer for myself. I don't know if he wore his, but I did those kinds of things. Then I wanted to be a dental assistant once I got older and actually, you know, applied to dental hygiene school. I wanted to be a flight attendant. I wanted to be a medical examiner. I wanted to be a police officer. Went so far as to apply to the police academy, go through like the civil service exam and the physical exam. But the reality was, I just love stories and I love the idea of all of these things. And once I discovered writing, I realized I could explore all of these things. So reading and writing have been my passion for the last 16 years. And that's why I'm coming here, because I grew up making videos with my younger brother. It's so much fun and I love talking about books, and I just, it's like I want to have a whole lot of friends that just want to sit around and talk about books. So I'm going to bring you along with me as I attempt to publish my stories as I go to seek a great perhaps. How cute am I? Was a book quote. John Green. Anywho, I'll see you soon. P.S. This is a P.S. I already posted my first book club video. It's about Red Rising because my older brother has been telling me about Red Rising for, oh my gosh, maybe a year or two. Every time I'm like, what are you reading? Oh, you should read Red Rising. So finally for my birthday this year, he bought me Red Rising and my daughter bought me Red Rising, my oldest daughter. I put out my first like in-depth book club chat on YouTube, so go check it out if you've read Red Rising. Anyways, I'm so excited and I will see you soon. Peace. How do you end one of these? I'll talk to you later. Until next time. This is gonna get less awkward as we go, I promise.